A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
The Over 2 beta has a new scoreboard. In a major change, the Over 2 beta has a new scoreboard screen.
Instead of showing the player's overall score, this screen now displays essential stats such as their removals and deaths in genuine time. It's similar to competitive sports and video games, and the new design should give players a better overview of the game than before.
This article will explore the new features of Overwatch 2. Battlefield 2042's first season of live content has been pushed back.
The launch of the first season of live content for Battlefield 2042 has been delayed until early summer, as the company tries to fix problems with the game after its initial launch. The delay means that the content will arrive later than expected, which could be a problem for fans.
If the season of live content does begin in the spring, there's still time to buy the game before it launches. While this delay is disappointing for fans, it's worth noting that Battlefield 2042's performance was largely unfavorable at launch, and the game's concurrent player count is only half that of Battlefield v.
Despite the lackluster start, the game's popularity continued to grow until Halo Infinite hit the market and pushed the game's multiplayer launch back several months. In a conference call last week, the company said it remained committed to the game and expects to release more updates over the coming months.
That said, the game's first season of live content has been delayed until early summer 2022, and that there's no timeline set for the game's sequel. The game's first season of live content was supposed to be released in late February, but the delay is due to extensive fixes that the developer is currently performing on the game.
In addition to fixing the scoreboard, Battlefield 2042 will also get a new player card and a Steadfast exclusive Legendary bundle. The game is currently available for PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Electronic Arts Q3 2022 earnings call was expected to provide a roadmap for the next Battlefield game. Instead of releasing Season 1 as expected, the studio has decided to push back the release to early summer 2022.
The new season will have updates for quality of life, bug fixes, and the player dashboard. Lastly, the update will also expand the Battlefield portal.
Overwatch 2's scoreboard has been overhauled. The Overwatch 2 beta has been released for a limited number of players, and among the many changes is the new scoreboard.
Unlike the first version, players can now see who's on fire, how many medals they've earned, and whether they've killed anyone. Additionally, a new tab on the scoreboard displays your character's kills, damage, healing buffs, and more.
Unlike the previous version, the scoreboard also highlights if you're a healer or DPS. The overhauled scoreboard is the first major change to the game, and fans have been quick to let Blizzard know about it.
Players who prefer to play DPS are reporting queuing times of over 30 minutes, and those at higher levels reported that they'd been waiting over an hour. A few streamers were unable to find a match for over an hour.
However, Blizzard isn't able to lower the queue times in the game. The scoreboard has also been overhauled, with a new, simpler layout.
Instead of displaying a total of kills per match, players can now see how they stack up against each other. It is also easier to keep track of a team's progress, and it has a much better interface for team-based play.
This change is also helpful in finding the best teammate. After 8 years of delay, Overwatch has undergone a number of significant changes.
Despite the massive amount of players and positive feedback, the game's team is still eager to satisfy the passions of its community. The beta is open to the public, and the beta has been played by pro gamers and esports players.
With the game's release in late April, fans will be able to play Overwatch 2 with the help of Overwatch League players. It now shows all players' stats.
Overwatch's scoreboard has received a major overhaul. It now displays who has killed the most opponents, how many healing buffs they received, and how much damage they've done.
You can also view your own stats, as well as your team and enemy's stats. This new feature is very similar to the Heroes of the Storm stat menu.
In Overwatch, you can choose to play as a tank, DPS, or healer support. Unlike other first-person shooters, Overwatch 2 now displays all players' stats.
While this is similar to other first-person shooters, it may encourage players to take more personal responsibility for their actions and their teammates. As such, the new scoreboard is still in early stages, so players are encouraged to try it out and give feedback.
It is also possible that Overwatch 2 will introduce other new features as it continues to release the beta. It also includes voice chat.
With more people working remotely, it's vital to have meaningful conversations to drive collaboration. Voice chat can add a more human touch to communication and may even trigger a response.
According to a study conducted by the Yale School of Management, listening to audio-only conversations reveals a speaker's emotional state better than typing or reading. In addition, voice chat can be useful in screen sharing.
This article examines the benefits of voice chat for business. Unlike the usual text-based conversations, voice chat can be used with any device.
You can choose to connect your device to a microphone via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. In addition to this, voice chat is compatible with most popular chat platforms.
Users can also choose to connect to their circles through other web-based social networks. Once they're signed in, voice chat apps will automatically access their contacts from social media.
Therefore, there's no need to create a separate account for each platform, or the benefits of voice chat are numerous.
The feature is free regardless of time zone, length, or cost. Besides, it is easy to use and compatible with all devices.
To begin a voice chat, simply select the contact you want to chat with and click the appropriate icon. Once you're connected, you can start chatting.
That's all there is to it. The next step is to decide how you'd like to interact with the other person. It includes player profiles.
In Overwatch beta, players will now be able to see other players' player profiles and statistics in real time. In the game, players can keep track of their wins, deaths, and eliminations by viewing a scoreboard.
The scoreboard will also provide players with information on their economy and timers, which is particularly useful in competitive games. The scoreboard will also list important information such as who has been eliminated and by how much.
Players' scores in specific objectives can be displayed in a sidebar in the game. Each display slot can show one or more different objectives at the same time.
This scoreboard displays player profiles even if they are offline. This feature also prevents fake players from showing up in the sidebar.
As a result, players can make changes to their scoreboard and customize the way their stats are displayed. The new Overwatch scoreboard is similar to other first-person shooters and would give players a greater sense of their impact on the team.
However, the developers warn that the new scoreboard is a work in progress and is still waiting for feedback. For now, there is no set date on when the scoreboard will be added to the game.
So, the beta version is not the final version, but you can still test it out right now. Previously, the Overwatch scoreboard showed only vague information.
But now, the scoreboard is more detailed. It shows player kills, assists, and damage.
It's also easy to analyze your strategy by comparing your own profile to other players. In this way, you can improve your strategy and become the best player in your team.